Okay. I guess we'll just start with a brief background and history here at Hopkins with uPortal. It started as a just kind of a pilot project back in the summer of 2005. At the time, Hopkins IT was working closely with the library, specifically with Elliot Metzger, who helped launch the initial portal in February of 2006 to a pilot audience. I began working for Hopkins in April 2006 and found the role as tech lead of the portal. In June 2006 was our first, launch to an official audience. We herded all of our incoming freshmen in through the portal to provision their email account and their JED account. JED is their directory account here at the university that gives them access to all the resources at Hopkins. So we had about 2,000 users at that time come in, and we've grown to about 80,000 registered users as of late. And we get about 2 million page views per month now, with about 15 to 20,000 unique users per day. We've put a lot of highly visible, highly used applications like search. The web-based SSL VPN software is offered through the portal. There's a number of resources for JHU staff. Their timesheets are filled out through the portal, and all new provisioning of freshmen to the incoming class at JHU is still done through the portal. So we've got another round coming up in June about to start their provisioning. So obviously our user base has grown tremendously. That's happened over time as we've introduced new services and centralized services into the portal. To talk about sign-on, at Johns Hopkins we use a product called Integrity SiteMinder for single sign-on, and we have about We have about 300 applications currently protected with SiteMinder authentication. Not all of which are available through the portal, but quite a few are available right through the portal. I guess with all that said, I'll jump into the demo. We're not only offering a portal to the university constituents, we're also supporting a portal for the Hopkins Medicine organization, so also the hospital. So we've got a lot of clinical labs we're starting to look at integrating into the portal, as well as the university communities. So we actually have right now 4 public-facing entry points into the portal. So we've implemented custom URL-based personalization. So if you go to my.jhu.edu, you'll see the portal that you see right now on the screen. If you go to my.jhmi.edu, that redirects you to get a different skin. And actually the content looks the same there, but it's actually housed in a separate area in our content management system. We also have the School of Advanced International Studies. They're out of Washington, D.C., but there are also offices in China and Bologna. And they maintain all their own content as well. That's another public entry point. So if you go to insider.sais-jhu.edu, that's another public entry point that has and they manage their own public entry point, their own content as well. We also have worked with the Engineering for Professionals, which is a part of Johns Hopkins University. They have their own skin and their own public entry point, which is myep.jhu.edu. We're also working with the Carey Business School here at Johns Hopkins University. They're working on their own custom skin and entry point as well. This is all being served from the same portal instance. To give you an idea of what our setup looks like, we have 6 physical machines that are serving our portal that are front-ended by 2 CMS. They're actually spread across 2 data centers, so our load is distributed across two data centers, across 6 physical app servers. We have 2 virtual machines on standby that we can just throw into the mix at any time. We're using Tomcat 5.5. We're actually running on Win. They're not Linux boxes. And we're also front-ending it with IIS. We have a number of cold fusion applications that we proxy into our portal that are also running on those same 6 portal boxes. We're looking in the next year to go completely virtual and not have any physical machines any longer. We also have a development environment and a staging environment, and we convert one of our prod boxes into a pre-prod environment when we're preparing releases. We release roughly on a monthly basis, sometimes more, sometimes less, depending on what we're putting out. But we try to stick to a monthly release schedule, and we try to pump things through the development to staging to prod as much as we can. So I'll go ahead and show you the authenticated view. There's not much useful content to individual users per se in the public entry points, except for Slice. They've done a really nice job at posting latest news and events and things like that. But the authenticated view looks something like this, and this is just my experience. Just to give you an idea, we have close to 30 individual DLM fragments defined for the various constituencies within both the university and the hospital. So we have a large number of interested communities in publishing content out to those individuals that want to receive it. We heavily use PAGs, and we also use the Smart LDAP group store for Active Directory integrations. We consume close to, I want to say about 50 Active Directory groups right into the portal to use for authorization to resources within the portal, channels, DLM fragments, things like that. We have, we're making JDBC calls to get person attributes. We actually have some custom person directory plugins that make web service calls. We have web service calls going out to WebCT to get their IMS ID as a person attribute, so we can use that to assign permissions. And what else are we doing? That's pretty comprehensive. So within the portal itself, we really were excited about the quick links that came along with uPortal 3. Just to note, we were one of the early adopters of uPortal 3 back in the summer of '08, I believe, is when we went live. I guess we launched in August, September time frame back at that point. So we've been on uPortal 3 since then, and made a number of incremental updates to the code base, tried to patch our code base with security patches and things of that nature, and had been looking at doing a jump to 3.1. We're still evaluating when we're what we're gonna upgrade to. So anyway, we were really excited when we first jumped onto 3.0 about the quick link. And what we ended up doing is, instead of relying on the portal framework to provide us with that functionality, we broke that functionality out of the portal and wrote our own app that we proxy the content in. Let the portal do what it does best, and we kind of just enhance the quick links so that we actually can group links. So we have multiple mail systems here at Hopkins. So I have, as you can see, I have 4 different quick link icons that break out into a horizontal, and so we thought that was kind of cool. One thing that one of the developers here did is give us a quick email preview. It makes a web service call out to Outlook, and it just displays just a real quick link. And this actually, when you click one of these emails, it'll just take you out to a separate browser session to Outlook Web Online. So these quick links are configurable. We have a configure quick link that breaks out here. I don't necessarily want to see all the quick links that are available, so this gives the end user the capability to control their quick links. We really like the idea of being able to control pushing out required quick links to people, but we wanted to give people the end user the control to do that. From an administrative standpoint, you can lock down a quick link to be read-only so that they have to get it. So everybody has to get the first quick link here, which is the My Profile, and that gives them access to their directory information and visibility attributes and things of that nature. And of course, I'm frozen here, so just bear with me for a second. So that was one piece of functionality that we kind of deviated from, I guess, the core uPortal code base, and just kind of rolled our own quick links based on the content by uPortal. We're actually using quick links information that's in the uPortal tables itself, but the application itself is just standalone.